Hey guys, Beth from Fit OC, and I'm here to talk to you about week 2's workout called Soar to Soar. So the premise of this workout, we have it set up in 3 rounds, and the entire thing is basically focusing on upper body, chest, back, and shoulders in particular. So the way I have it set up, both rounds 1 and rounds 3 are going to incorporate stations, and round 2 is going to incorporate a 21-15-9 set. So in our stations for round 1, we want to break our girls up into 5 groups. I did include a TRX option if your gym is set up to allow for that. Otherwise, we have non-TRX exercises to incorporate. So our first move is just going to be our 1-arm row. Since we're only on 1 arm and we're only here for about 70 to 75 seconds, I want to try to go a little bit heavier than just the standard, 8 to 10 pound handbag. So the way the stations are going to be set up is we're going to have a clock running continuously, and every about 70 to 75 seconds, gauging how your girls are transitioning, how quickly everybody's moving along, you're going to go ahead and call switch, and as the clock is running, they're going to go ahead and move on to the next station, hopefully by that 90-second mark, into position, ready to go for their next exercise. So our first exercise in round 1 is going to be our 1-arm row. If you have a plyo box or something that they can use to balance their weight on, really just focusing on getting that elbow up, squeezing those shoulder blades together. They can do that with a handbag, with a free weight. They can even do it with a resistance band, depending on the level that they're at. So in round 1, I have a 1-arm row just on the left side, whereas in round 3, I have the 1-arm row just on the right side. So there's going to be very minimal setup because that station will essentially incorporate the same equipment. For station 2, I have a jump rope station just to get their cardio up, and I encourage people to either work on just the speed rope to get their heart rate going or work on their double unders because let's be honest, we can always use extra practice on that. For our third move, I have either a front raise or, if you have access to TRX, an I fly. So for that front raise, whether they're using 2 dumbbells, 1 dumbbell, 1 kettlebell, whatever the case, keeping that body nice and straight, bringing that arm up, those arms up to about shoulder level. If you have access to TRX, they're going to start with their arms straight up over their head. Bring those arms fully out to extended so that the arms are a straight extension of the anchor point, all the way up, all the way down. Still working the front of that delt. Our fourth move is going to be pull-ups. So whatever that looks like at your gym, whether you have bands that you can utilize, whether you have TRX that you want to shorten, or if you need to put a resistance band on the bar for lat pull downs. And then the last move is a box jump. Again, just to get the heart rate back up there. Box jumps or box step-ups. So those are the moves for round 1. For round 3, they're very similar, where we have, like I had mentioned before, 1-arm rows, but on the other side, jump rope again, same, speed rope or double under work. Next, we're going to, instead of that front raise that we had in round 1, we're going to have upright rows in round 3. So that upright row, working on keeping those elbows higher above those wrists, bringing that weight straight up towards the chin. Now, if you have access to TRX, I would suggest subbing in the W fly. So W fly is a very small movement. If you are going to incorporate this, I would encourage you to review it during your warm-up. Have the girls hold a position that just kind of looks like this with their arms straight out, parallel to the ground, and then have them do this baby movement of raising it up to goalpost arms, raising it back down, raising it up, raising it back down, because that's essentially all that move is, just lifting your body weight. So that plank position is not moving, raising up, raising down. Short little move, it's going to burn right into that rotator cuff. Next in round 3 we have negative pull-ups. So those negatives are getting all the way up on the bar and it's slowly lowering ourselves down as easily as possible. So if you're doing a negative pull-up, I'm a little bit out of frame, so I apologize about that. But we're jumping all the way up and then slowly lowering all the way down. So that would be our negative pull-ups. And then our next one, still incorporating that box, is just stepping up and over, again, to get the heart rate up. So those are rounds 1 and rounds 3. Again, both 90-second rounds that, depending on how the class is moving, around 70, 75 seconds or so, you're calling switch, having everybody rotate, and just keeping that clock running nonstop. For round 2, I have it set up as a 21-15-9 round, and our moves that we're going to be doing for that are decline push-ups. So decline push-ups, essentially, you want to have some type of box or something to have your legs elevated and just coming down into that push-up position and back up. Obviously, our option for balance or strength level is to take the box out of it completely and just make it a regular push-up. Our next moves are bent over lateral raise, whether you want to use free weights, resistance band, as long as they have that movement where their back's nice and flat, and they're really just working on those rear delts to get those arms up and back, squeezing those shoulder blades together behind them. Then, whatever weight they have, they're going to stand it up and take it right into shoulder presses. After shoulder presses, they're going to take it right back into that bent over position, slight bend in those knees, and they're going to go into bent over rows. So it would be really essential if they had just like a lighter handbell or a lighter hand weight, or 2 lighter kettlebells or something to that effect, that something that's going to challenge them for those 21 reps, 15 and 9 reps, something that's not going to be too easy. So once they are done with that, while they're waiting on the rest of the class, I did write up just a short little ab circuit. Nothing new that we don't know about on that. So just go ahead and review that, have it written up on a whiteboard, kind of maybe off to the side. And as they are done with their 21, 15, and 9 reps, they're going to go ahead and take themselves right into the active ab rest as they're waiting on everybody else to be done. For our cool down, I have it written almost like a tiny, very mini flow session, just something to really get those shoulders released, that back release. One move on there that I do have that I don't know how often you guys do it at your gyms, but I think it feels really good to me, so I incorporated it, is coming all the way down, laying down, when you're all the way on the ground, bringing one arm out to the side. Whatever arm is out to the side, the leg stays straight behind you. The other leg comes up and over. And you're going to feel that obviously in your low back because it's a spinal twist, but you feel it, it's really nice in your pecs and in your front of your shoulder there. So holding this position, obviously what you do on one side, you got to do on the other. So left arm out, left leg stays down, right leg up and over. This arm staying glued to the ground. So just one extra stretch. If you're not used to incorporating that move during your cool down, it feels really nice, and I think it's going to work really well to get everybody's shoulders, just that extra little bit of love that it's going to need after this workout. So thanks. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy.